Okay, thank you very much for being with us tonight, and I just want to talk to you about my favorite topic, which is the bicycle. For those of us who love bicycles, we live in very interesting times. There is so much going on in the world, and this really is a time where all of us can make a great difference. So tonight I want to talk to you about a great opportunity in front of us. And before I do that, I want to talk to you about a few trends that are happening throughout the world today. The first one is the world is getting fat. If you go back 40 years and take a look at it, the average kid in the time of 40 years has gained 11 pounds. The average male has gained 24 pounds. The average female has also gained 24 pounds. If you don't believe me, take a look at the map and take a look at the obesity crisis here in the United States. This is 1985, and the darker blue shows obesity rates 10% or more. 1987, 1989, dark blue, 15% or more, 1991. 95, 97, we get our first yellow states. Obesity rates over 20%. 99, not a very good year. 2001, our first red state, obesity rates over 25% in Mississippi. 2003, 2005, the first states appear with obesity rates over 30%. In 2006, that's where we are. We basically have an epidemic sweeping the country. The second trend that we face is that of traffic congestion. If you go back and take a look at 2003, 7 billion hours were wasted of people just sitting in traffic who wasted 5 billion gallons of gasoline. If you just think about that, that was 2003. Where are we today? Urbanization. Today, for the first time in human history, more than 50% of people live in cities. And lastly, the environment. If you take a look at the environment, there's a lot of people talking about it, but 60 to 70% of pollution comes from automobiles. It's an amazing statistic. So what solution do we have that will address many of these problems? The bicycle. It's a very simple solution to many of the world's most complicated problems. With a bicycle, you can get fit. With a bicycle, you can use it in the city, you can get cars off the street, you can lessen congestion. And maybe most importantly of all, where we can all make a huge difference, is using the bicycle instead of using the car to cut down on global warming. To me, the greatest opportunity we have for those who love bicycles is really to create a bicycle-friendly world. Is that a difficult thing to do? Yes. Is it an impossible thing to do? No. I'm pretty confident about that because the bicycle-friendly world already exists in a lot of places. If we take a look at what's going on in the world today, in London, they have a congestion charge. They put it into effect 3 years ago. Within inner city London, they weren't happy with the pollution, they weren't happy with the congestion, and they wanted to see people in London be more fit. Since 3 years, the usage of bicycles has more than doubled. Just earlier this week, the Mayor of London announced a £600 million initiative to increase bicycling facilities throughout the City of London. He did that because cycling has been so successful in London. If you take a look at the Netherlands, 25% of the population commutes by bike. And for those people who go, well, that's Europe, it can also be done here in the United States. If you take a look at Boulder, it's amazing what's happened in Boulder. 21% of people commute by bike, and it's not only commuting to your job. The facilities exist there so kids can ride their bikes to the soccer field, so that people can ride their bikes into town for dinner, so that people can ride their bikes to the stores. Same thing's happening in Portland, Oregon. They've made an amazing amount of progress in Portland creating a bicycle-friendly city. If we take a look at trips by bike, and I think that's the key metric, is going to a friend's house, going to the baseball field, going shopping, going out to eat, anytime you move. What percentage of trips are taken by bike? And let's take a look here. If you take a look at the Netherlands, 30% of those trips are taken by bike. If you go to Denmark, it's 20%. Switzerland, it's 10%. In the United States, it's 1%. So every time you see a bike in the United States, at that same point in time in Switzerland, there's 10. In the Netherlands, there's 30. This shows what the rest of the world has done. Is this a problem? Yes. Is it a great opportunity? Absolutely. It already exists. We can make this change if we get enough people rallied around the idea that America can become a bicycle-friendly country. Now, I always believe that every single person counts and that everybody can make a difference. So how can you make a difference in this great movement to get people to use their bicycles more often? I see there's 4 key things that people can do. The first one is take personal responsibility. Whenever you can, ride your bike, especially 2 miles or less. I did this myself last summer. I said to myself, I'm going to have a resolution, and I'm going to ride my bike whenever I can, whenever I'm going to go somewhere 2 miles or less. And I found I was riding my bike to the golf course, I was riding my bike to the beach park, I was riding my bike to see friends. I'd always fire up the car, put my kids in the car, and we'd go down and have dinner downtown, 3 miles away. Now we get on our bikes all the time. You tell me what's a better family event, getting in a car, driving downtown, or getting on our bikes and riding downtown. We had a blast. All right? It's taking personal responsibility, it's becoming an evangelist, and it's riding your bike. The next thing you can do is you can really get your kids to ride their bikes. Kids love to ride bikes. We need a little more encouragement. In 1970, 35% of us rode our bikes or we walked to school. Today, that number is less than 5%. There's a great program called Safe Routes to Schools. You can get involved in that. But most importantly, take responsibility for your own kids. Get them to ride their bikes. It makes a huge difference. The third thing you can do is you can get involved locally. Go to 1World2Wheels.org, and there's a great section there where you can find out who your state advocacy group is. Check out your state advocacy group. Get in touch with them. Find out how you can help. It might be showing up at a meeting. It might be making a donation. Any way you can get involved to make a difference. Those bike paths in Boulder didn't happen because somebody from Washington just dropped them there. Those bike paths in Boulder happened because that's what the people wanted. If you really take a look at the history of government, it's government of the people, by the people, and for the people. In bicycling and study after study, people love the idea of bike trails. They can be used for biking, walking, jogging. There's a lot of uses for these trails, not only bicycling. But we can really go out there and make a difference and get involved. Okay, at Trek, we not only like to make the best bikes in the world, we really love to make a difference. And one of the ways we're making a difference is with 1World2Wheels.org. And we've created this movement for the millions of Trek consumers out there, the thousands of Trek dealers who really want to go out there and make a difference. So go to 1World2Wheels.org and sign up to join the movement. Now, one of my favorite quotes is from Margaret Mead, and she says that a small group of thoughtful people can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has. So when you're really taking a look at the bicycle, look at how simple of a solution it is, and really focus on the fact that it is a simple solution to many of the world's biggest problems, and you can make a difference. Don't wait for other people to do it. Go out there, join the movement, get involved, have fun, ride your bike, and make a difference. Thank you very much.